Hi friends, thanks for joining me again today. So we're on week 12. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. It feels like so much less, but week 12 is what we're up to for the summer challenge. And I've been going through the catalog, specifically page 22 of the annual catalog, and I've been following along with these sketches. Now I believe there's 22 sketches, and I am working on number 12, which is this one right here, and I'll show you a full shot of that in a second. But I am doing number 12, and I decided, I've been kind of stepping them up, but this one, I'm going to do it very basic. We're just going to follow the sketch number 12, and I'm not going to do anything crazy with it, like no die cutting or embossing or anything like that. But if you stick around till the end, I will show you my stepped up card, and which has the embossing folder and some die cuts on it. Looks really pretty. But then you can compare it and say, okay, you know what? That looks pretty. Just plain, simple, nothing crazy. Because sometimes we need those really quick cards. And you know what? That's what these sketches are all about. Really quick cards. All right, so let us get started. For this card, I am using the Cheerful Daisies stamp set. It also comes with coordinating dies. Because this was last year's set or 2 years ago, the set is no longer available as a bundle. However, you can still purchase it individually. And I am using the Settles Designer Series paper. If I can grab it out of there. So these are really pretty. And I am going to be using the Lemon Lolly, Lemon Lime Twist, and Poppy Parade. So recently my team leader challenged us to do a color challenge. Now I've done color challenges before, but it's been a while since I've done them. So I said, okay, let me do it. Now these colors, I was like, really? Poppy Parade, Lemon Lime Twist, and Lemon Lolly? But you know what? I really like the outcome. So that's what I'm doing. For my card base, I have Lemon Lolly, and that is our basic card base cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored down the middle at 4 1/4. Now the nice thing about this light color is I don't need to put a basic white piece on the inside because it's light enough for me to write inside. Whereas with the darker colors, you really can't do that. Then my next piece is the Designer Series paper, and this is 3.5 by 5 inches. And then lastly, I have, almost lastly, 2 pieces which are 3/4 by 3.5, Lemon Lime Twist, Poppy Parade, and then I have the scrap, which is I think it's 2 inches. Well, let's see, if this was 3.5, so this was 2.5 inches by 6 inches. And what I'm going to do with this is something that I haven't done in a while also, is to decorate my envelope with it. So I'm going to show you how to do that if you haven't seen it before. All right, let us get started. First, what I want to do is I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper that's not big enough. You know what? We're not going to use the scrap paper. We're just going to do it right over here. So I'm going to create a little border all around that you'll see the edges here. And then the designer paper is going to go on the center. Let me just burnish this a little better with my bone folder. All right. And as I mentioned, I'm going to use Lemon Lime Twist and Lemon Lolly. So we're going to start out with the Lemon Lime Twist, and I am using the detailed stamp. So this is the one that kind of does the outline, and it's a 2-step stamp. And then we have the more solid image, which will be the lighter color for the inside. So I'm just going to randomly stamp this, and I'm not worried about getting on my surface because I'll just wipe it clean with a cloth afterwards. So I'm just going to go around and add color, the daisies, and I'm kind of twisting the stamp, turning the cardstock, just so I'm not doing the same pattern all around. And this just gives it a nice edge. Okay, so let's continue going around the edge. And I'm also turning the cardstock, just so, like I said, we don't have a continuous pattern. The bad thing about doing this, of course, is that when I go to stamp the second part over it, I can't figure out which way it's supposed to go. But you know what? I decided that it's okay if it doesn't match up perfectly. I will do my best to match it up perfectly. but we can't say that it will. All right, let me just wipe this down to get off any lemon lime twist. Okay, and then we'll go to our lemon lolly. Oops, I had that turned over and then I flipped it around. All right, so first we're going to start with this one here, and then we're going to do this one. See how that one, I didn't do it perfectly even? It's all right. It's okay. It's a card. It's a handmade card. And if it, my theory is that if it were perfect, then it wouldn't be a handmade card, right? So we're just going to go with that. Let's go over here. Okay. Just adding some different color so that the flower looks really pretty. So I believe I mentioned before, but this was for a color challenge, and our colors are, because it's what I'm doing right now, right? Lemon Lime Twist, Lemon Lolly, and Poppy Parade. And as I mentioned, these are probably not colors that I would have thought to put together, but I felt challenged to do that, so I took the challenge and I ran with it. All right, while we have the ink still open, I'm going to stamp, let me wipe this off. My happy birthday, wishing you the brightest birthday in Poppy Parade. And check this out. I do need a scrap for this though, because when I did it the first time, I felt like it was too dark with the Poppy Parade. So I stamped off once, but you might like it that way. So certainly if you like it that way, do it full strength. But I just thought it was too dark on the Lemon Lime Twist. So that's why I stamped it off once, and now I'm going to stamp it down. I think that might have come too high. Nope, it's good. Okay. And then lastly, I have this cluster of daisies, and we'll stamp those right on the corner in Lemon Lime Twist. And the cardstock piece is also Lemon Lime Twist. So it's tone on tone stamping. Now right now it's pretty dark, but it will lighten up once it dries. Okay, so we can put that aside. We are almost done with this card. I'm going to put it together actually. So I'm going to use my liquid glue to adhere this piece to the front. Now on the what am I trying to say? On the sketch, they have it all the way off to the side. Now, I didn't realize that when I did this until after I did it, but I kind of like it in the center because I did that little border. I see that I really should put a little more daisy down here, right? Just a little more. So I'm going to try to do this without getting this piece. Let's put this over it. I just want to put a little bit of the flower down in this little corner here that I missed. So, and then we'll do the Lemon Lime Twist. Right over that. Okay, that makes me happy. All right, and then we're going to glue these two pieces together. Now they have this offset, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm just lining it up so that I know about where the glue needs to go, because I found it easier actually to put the adhesive on the red as opposed to on the lemon lime twist. But 6 1/2 dozen of the other, right? Whatever feels more comfortable to you is what you can do. So we'll just add a little liquid glue here. Then we'll add this on here with dimensionals. We'll put some pretty dot embellishments. And we'll call it done. Looks like it's time to use the bones. Now let's get the scissor out. All right, 3 should be fine. Okay, I'll put this one down the center. Oops. So then we're going to add this towards the bottom. At least I'm doing that. And then what I'm doing is I'm just lining it up with the Designer Series paper edge to edge. I see that my lemon lime twist is up too high. I must have moved it. Okay, but it's fine. Let me get my Take Your Pick tool. So I'm using the Tinsel Gems 4-pack. Just pick up a few of these, add them to the card for a little extra sparkle. Down here, and then we'll put a little one. I can grab it and get my, I'm not sure what I did with the cap, but let me get this piece here. Where'd that gem go? There it is. I'll put this one right about there. Okay. So there you go, friends. This was such a quick card to make. Wow, that's really bothering me. That's like so far up, but we're gonna have to live with it, right? So that's it. That's how simple that card is for sketch number 12. And it pretty closely matches it, right? Except that, like I said, had I looked at the picture a little better, I would have seen that the 3.5 by 5 inch piece was all the way up to the side. But I like the way this turned out, and I like the border around it. So let me show you my stepped up version. So in my stepped up version, I use the same papers, Designer Series papers, and all that, right? But as you can see, I added dimension by doing using the distressed tile 3D embossing folder, just to add some dimension on this. And I added the die cuts from the set. So let me know which one's your favorite. I mean, honestly, I really like the stepped up version, but for a quick card, the one on the right is really good too. So let me do one more thing, which I forgot, of course, is to make the envelope. So let me show you how to do this. So the way I do it is I like to open up the flap. I add a little bit of liquid glue along the edge, and you really don't have to go heavy on this. Just along the edge, and then just a little in the center. Then you add your, so this was, what size is this? This is 2.5 inches by 6 inches, but we're going to trim it down. And I'm just lining it up to the edge of the envelope. And that's why I like using the liquid glue, because it allows me to slide it around just a bit if it's not up to where I want it. Okay, then I'm going to take my trimmer, because I cannot cut a straight line, and I'm going to cut this piece off. So I'll put that in my trimmer, cut off. Then the rest I'm going to cut with my scissors. So I'll cut the edges with my scissors. Actually, let's use the other ones because I saved those for my ribbon. So I'm just going along the edge of the envelope flap coming around the corner. And then we'll do the same on the other side. And then we'll have matching stationery. And I'll have 2 cards that are ready for my next birthday that I need to send out. So friends, thank you so much for joining me again today and for coming along with me on this journey while I go through the catalog and use sketches to make my cards. Let me know what you think about the stepped up version and you know, the plain version. I think they're both great. Thanks again, friends. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, please consider subscribing. Just hit that big subscribe button, and then don't forget to hit the bell so that you're notified each time I go make another video, which is typically on Tuesdays they upload. If you are a subscriber to my channel, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you have any questions or are interested in purchasing anything from me, please reach out to me and I'd be more than happy to help. Have a great day, friends. Till next time. Bye-bye.